going on, everybody? It's the Jack here once again with another Waveature 101 video for you guys. Yeah, that's right, Professor Waveature is back at it again with another new and improved Waveature 101 video for you guys on this wonderful Wavy Wednesday. Before we hop into the video, make sure you guys make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, hitting the notifications bell, follow me on social media, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and also leave a comment below regarding anything about the video or just anything that you have any questions, comments, or concerns about. Okay. Also make sure you guys are watching the full video. You want to make sure you watch the full video because there's information that will be needed from the start to the finish. You feel me? So you don't want to miss out on anything. So make sure when you guys start a Waveature 101 video, make sure you guys are finishing them as well. Okay. With that being said, let's get into the content. So before we hop into this week's Waveature 101 topic of bettering the waves on the sides of your head, I feel like that's a very, very difficult thing. That's something that all of us wavers, have really struggled with, is developing waves on the sides, connecting our waves on the sides, or just getting our hair to lay down properly on the sides. So this video is going to be geared towards me giving you guys some tips on what I have done and what I continue to do to better the progress on my side. Alright guys, so before I hop into teaching you the tips, tricks, and methods of bettering the wave development on your sides, I just want to let you guys know that I really appreciate, the love that you guys been showing. I'm getting a lot more comments on my videos and stuff like that. You guys are always, telling me good video, keep it up, keep going. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. So with all that being said, let's dive directly into me teaching you guys how to better the waves on your side. Let's get it. Alright, so first things first when it comes to bettering your waves on the sides. Matter of fact, let me just show you guys my waves on the sides, just in case if we have any new viewers who might not know what my waves are about, just so you guys can know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to getting waves on the sides. This is my left side right here. Here we go, waves coming in, getting better and better with each session. Then here's my right side. You guys, for my guys who've been watching me for a long time, my right side has been what's been giving me the most trouble, and now I'm borderline fully connected. I just gotta get rid of these runaways. I guess once I get rid of those runaways, it's a wrap. But yeah, you guys can see the waves on my sides are there, so I know what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so my first tip for you guys as far as bettering, the waves on your sides is to
stop getting high tapers and to stop getting fades.
You need to stop getting high tapers and stop getting fades. You cannot develop a proper side of waves if you're constantly fading the sides. Because guys, when you're getting fades, you're really cutting out this entire area of your head, so your waves would never connect fully going through the side to the back. That'll never happen because you're constantly going, you're cutting the progress out. You're cutting the hair out that you need to develop any and all progress. You feel me? Also, you guys gotta stop doing the high tapers because the high tapers usually come about here, so you'll never be able to fully connect through here to better the waves on your sides. That's one tip, but kind of a two-sided tip, if you will. You guys just gotta stop doing that. Once your waves are fully developed, if you want to go with the high taper, cool, but in terms of developing the waves on the sides, you need to not do that. Keep it as dark as possible, as even as possible, just to be able to have the hair needed to turn into waves. You can't get, we all know that waves are laid down curls, so when you're getting those fades, you're cutting out, you're way lower than your curl length, so you're not going to be able to lay down the curls because you can't develop the curls. You feel me, guys? Hopefully I'm making sense to you guys as far as why you guys want to stay away from the high tapers and stay away from fades if you're trying to develop your waves on the side. So guys, trust and believe me, I used to get tapers and fades myself, and I always wonder why is my sides not coming in, and it was a eureka moment, ping, the light bulb popped, and I was well, I keep cutting my sides off or cutting my sides lower because of the fact that I have fades or high tapers. So try to keep your tapers as low as possible. I get it that in this area right here, you might want to taper it down just to clean it up, so with that being said, just keep your tapers low. Get low tapers, don't get nothing higher than if you was to take a straight line from the top of your ear. Alright, I'm better now. But the struggle of having long eyelashes. But yeah, so you take a straight line from like the top of your ear and go straight up. That's no higher than that you want your blend to go, because you want to keep your hair as dark as possible in this region. You guys feel me? So tip number 1 is out the way, and tip number 1 goes directly into tip number 2. Once you guys are, decide to stop getting those tapers and fades, it's gonna be important to find the correct angle. A lot of times when it comes to getting waves on your sides, if you're not developing waves and you're constantly brushing, but the waves aren't coming in, chances are you're hitting the wrong angle. You feel me? And I think that, it takes trial and error to learn your angles. Like, you're gonna have to brush one way for 3 weeks to a month to see if the wave starts to develop. And if the waves aren't developing or rippling or anything of that nature, you might want to give it like a couple more weeks before deciding to flip it and change your angles. But you're just gonna have to find that angle. All right, guys, to kind of give you guys an example of what I mean by saying finding your angles, I'm gonna kind of tell you guys my journey as far as brushing my waves on my sides. So long story short, I used to brush my waves coming straight down like so. But once I got to the back, when I started swirling and kind of getting like this 540 vibe, I kind of had to, pull through. So I couldn't brush my hair on the sides no more, because if I brushed my hair down the sides like this and went to the back and tried to brush it this way, I was getting a lot of forks that was developing in this region. You feel me? Because they were crashing, because they were going in 2 separate directions. The flowetry wasn't there. So what I had to start doing is kind of pulling a little bit more forward, and instead of coming straight down, I kind of come past the ear instead of going to the ear. Everything comes towards the front of the ear. I'm not just brushing downwards, I'm brushing, to my cheek, if that makes sense. Now on my right side, I just now, I feel like within the last few months, perfected the correct angle. I used to, once again, was brushing just straight downwards, until I realized that I gotta follow the flow of my crown. Like I said before, I started brushing my sides. Instead of brushing straight down, I come down with more so at an angle. Alright guys, so tip number 3 is gonna kind of follow up tip number 2, because once you find your angles, you're gonna have to put that brush to work with those newfound angles. So tip number 3 is going to be to put in brush work. You feel me? Your waves on your sides are not gonna come in if you're not brushing your sides. I feel like a lot of people, you might brush your top a lot, but you might not be showing your sides the amount of attention that they deserve. You feel me? You gotta put the work in on your sides. Your waves on your top are gonna come in a lot easier. Just make sure you guys are constantly brushing your sides. Show your sides more love. Start and end every session with your sides. I always say when you have like a troubled side or a trouble area, or if both of your sides are troubling, start and finish your brush sessions hitting those spots. So when you start your brush session, hit your left side, hit your right side, then go hit your top, back, and your crown, and finish up with hitting your left side and your right side again. So now it's getting twice the amount of attention. It's getting twice the amount of brushing, so it's gonna, speed up the process. But even though the start and end session is gonna speed up the process, you still need to remain patient. So that brings up tip number 4. You guys have to have patience when it comes to developing your sides. A lot of wavers, a lot of us, our sides were our last to really develop. Our sides or our crown was the last to develop. So when it comes to developing, those troubled areas, you're gonna have to remain patient. You can't rush anything. You feel me? If you want to rush it, that means, you have to brush more. You can't expect, you doing the average amount of brushing, but them to coming faster or develop better or develop, more flawlessly, if you will, you're going to have to put in more brush work. So if you want to speed up the process, you got to brush more and brush a lot more. Not just going from a 20-minute session to a 25-minute session like that. That 5 minutes isn't really going to be enough time. If you're trying to, speed up the process, you got to take that 20-minute session and turn it into a 40-minute session or a 50-minute session. Double the amount of work that you're putting in. That's how you're really going to expedite that process. Speaking of the process, part of waving period is woofing, but on your sides, I feel like woofing really kicks in more because of the fact that, at least for me, my sides didn't grow in at the rate that my top of my back did. My sides, I feel like, grew in like a little slower, so I had to woof and grow my hair out longer. I'm on a baby woof session right now, and I'm telling you, this woof session has helped me with bettering my sides. You feel me? Because I have more hair there, more hair to curl up, more hair to curl up, then those. All right. How can I word this? So being that I have more hair on my head, that means I'm gonna have more curls, and being that I have more curls, all I have to do is get those curls to lay down and bow, we got waves. You feel me? So you guys have to woof more to give your hair on your sides, more time to develop, to create waves. You feel me? If you guys need clarification, just comment that below, let me know, I got you. But you guys is going to need to have patience, put in that brush work, make sure you guys are woofing, find the proper angles, stop getting those high tapers and stop getting those fades. And I promise you guys, if you guys do all of that, your waves will start developing faster, especially on the sides. You could take the same same tips other than like the taper or the fade section and kind of apply it to all aspects of waving. But for the most part of getting waves on your sides, if you're gonna stay pertinent and stay specific on this topic matter, on this subject matter, first you're gonna want to stop, and I can't emphasize this enough, just stop getting high tapers and stop getting fades. After that, you're gonna want to find the proper angle. Once you find your proper angle and you got the progress starting to come in, you're gonna want to put in that brush work. You're gonna want to put in that brush work, and while you're brushing, you're gonna have to stay patient because that it's not gonna happen overnight. Then while you're brushing and staying patient, you're gonna have to woof to help better the development of those waves on your sides. And I promise you, if you follow those 5 steps, follow those 5 tips, or those 5 methods, or whatever adjective you want to give it, you guys follow that, and I promise you, your waves on your sides will start developing, especially if you do the start and end method that I always say, starting your brush sessions off with your sides and ending your brush sessions with your sides. I promise you, your sides will better develop and come in at a faster rate. Alright, so that's gonna kind of wrap up this video, guys. I think I gave you guys every tip that I could possibly think of as far as bettering the waves on your sides. Some of them were more general, some of the tips that I gave you were more specific. However, they all go hand in hand. So with that being said, I want all of you guys to start go in your bathroom right now, pick up your brush and your mirror, and go have a side brush session right now. Let's get those sides to start coming. So with all that being said, guys, I'm gonna sign off. This video, I didn't want it to be too long. I'm trying to get back to, shrinking the duration of my videos and making them, a little bit, a little less long to make them a little more enjoyable, if you will. So with all that being said, I'm about to sign off. You guys keep that brush in motion if you want an ocean. If you want the ocean, you gotta keep that brush in motion. You dig what I'm saying? Also, pick a goal and go get it, and keep that Waveture going. All right, the Jack is out. Professor Waveture is out. You guys stay safe. Peace.